Ready to squeeze a little sunshine into your day? Today I'm going to show you how to paint the cutest lemonade and lemon rocks, complete with some whimsical pink accents that scream summer fun. Let's get started. So this is a twofer. You're going to get two designs in this video, and the first one is going to be a mason jar full of lemonade. So I am just lining out a mason jar, kind of the top, what do you call that? The threads on the jar, and then a straw that's going to be tipping out of the mason jar, and then I'm going to give it a nice base coat of Liquitex gesso because lemonade's yellow. Yellow is a notoriously tricky color, so we definitely want to have a good base coat on this rock. Lemon is one of my favorite flavors and smells in the whole wide world all year round, but it definitely has a special spot in summer because who doesn't love a nice ice cold lemonade or some fresh lemon cookies or lemon flavored? It's just a nice refreshing flavor and scent for the summer. So on our second rock, we're just going to draw a lemon, so kind of an oval, sort of like an egg, but with some pointy nubs on the ends of it. And again, I'm going to also fill this in with the Liquitex gesso because this is definitely going to have a lot of yellow on it, and we want to make sure it's base coated well. This lemon burst paint was in the new set of deco art paints that I got for my birthday, but it was kind of bright on the sticker, so I thought I might lighten it up a little bit with this kind of cream colored paint. And I couldn't quite decide on which one I liked. I thought this came out a little too light, so I went and tried to make another shade of it, lighter but not quite as light. And then when it came time to actually paint on the rocks, I ended up using it straight out of the bottle because once I opened the bottle up, it was a little bit more of a normal yellow, not so fluorescent looking like the sticker on the bottle. So I just went and used straight out of the bottle. It's called Lemon Burst, and it's a deco art color. And I'm first going to just give an outline and fill in about 3/4 to half of the mason jar with this yellow. And this is going to take several coats so that you make sure you have nice solid coverage. So make sure that it fully dries in between your coats, because if it's not fully dry, you're going to end up lifting the paint off and you might get a funny spot in the middle. Now I'm going to take this lighter blue color from Folk Art and fill in the rest of the mason jar. And this is to mimic glass. Really hard to do. And so I actually was inspired by some cookies again for these rocks, and they used a light blue. I think it was almost an aqua color blue, so you could use aqua too, but just using the blue to simulate the color of the glass. So I'm just going to fill that in and give everything a couple of coats to make sure we have nice solid coverage. I'm also going to take one of my nail art brushes that's very thin, and I'm going to create a very thin line of the blue paint around the bottom yellow lemonade. And this is also to simulate the glass, right? Like glass has a certain thickness to it, so I want there to be an edge of the blue around even the lemonade so that it simulates looking like a real mason jar. You're also going to see me bounce back and forth between the two designs. You won't get one all at once and then the next one, because this is how I work when I paint rocks. If I'm working on more than one, I bounce back and forth. So when the lemonade is by my little desk fan drying, I'm going to start painting the lemon. And you can see how light that first coat of paint is, and it just really needs, I think I did about 3, maybe even 4 coats of this, just because I wanted it to be nice and bright and cheerful, and it's just what happens with yellow. I'm sure if I bought some of the higher quality paints that actually have the little opacity meter thing on the back, I might have better luck, but I'm still a little bit cheap. I like the affordable paints. This deco art paint is definitely better than like Apple Barrel from Walmart, I think. The quality is much better. You also can do gesso in between or you can mix a little bit of gesso in with the yellow paint, and that also helps to get some solid coverage, but it might change the color of it a little bit because the gesso is generally white. Now I'm going to take one of my larger dotting tools and some gesso, again for base coating purposes, and I'm going to put 2 circles into my lemonade, and these are going to be lemon slices. And I thought the easiest way to get a pretty perfect circle would be to use a dotting tool. And I know I'm going to have trouble covering up over the yellow, so I'm basically doing the base coat again with the gesso, and then we'll come back in with other colors. So we're going to bounce back to that lemon again, and using that gesso and a fine line paintbrush, I'm going to create 2 leaves and 2 little kind of round spots that are going to be flowers. And so I'm using the gesso especially for that leaf that is both on the lemon and off the lemon. You can see how the rock shows through, that darkness of the rock. So this is where the gesso is super critical to get a base coat, because we're going to paint these a nice bright green, which is also another color that can be tricky to get the nice solid coverage. So the gesso is going to help with the base coat to make sure everything's even. There also can be a little bit of an edge around that lemon, and this helps even that out as well, so that you don't see the edge of the lemon under the leaves once we paint them. That lighter yellow paint is not going to go to waste because that's going to be the center of our lemon slices. So it'll have a little bit of a contrast from the lemonade itself. So I'm just going to fill in both of those circles with our lighter yellow paint. And then we're going to make sure to let this dry really, really well before we come back to add some of the accents to our lemon slices. While that's drying, we're going to take this bright pink and light pink and come back to the lemon rock, and we're going to create these little swirly flowers. So I'm going to fill in both of our little round flowers with the bright pink first, and then while that paint is still wet, I'm going to take a disposable eyeliner brush and the lighter pink color, and you kind of swirl, kind of like a cinnamon swirl, the lighter color into this bright pink. And that creates kind of the illusion of a rose petal or some kind of flower petal. And you can go back and forth from the light pink to the dark pink until it looks like you want it to look. And you want to make sure that it's also got full coverage, but it's just a really easy way to create dimension in these simple little round flowers. Then we're also going to come in with this spring green paint and fill in the leaves. And this will take a couple of coats to make sure you get full coverage. And you can use a fine paintbrush to do the lines, like the outline of the leaves. And then you can fill in with a larger brush. It takes a little less time. And sometimes these fine brushes, if you try and fill things in with them, they leave more lines in the paint. So whatever works best for you, you do that. Use the paintbrush or paintbrushes of your choice and just get those leaves a nice pretty green color. Now let's bounce back to the lemonade again, and we're going to add some detail to our lemon slices. So if you think about the inside of a lemon, it has that white rind, I guess is what you'd call it. So I'm going to go around the whole lemon slice and create that rind. So just kind of a nice little border of white. And then I'm also going to come back in and I'm going to make kind of like pie pieces. I'm going to do crisscross lines within the lemon slices to create that kind of illusion of the middle of a lemon. I don't know what it is, the anatomy of a lemon slice. That's what we're working on here. So we're going to create those crisscross lines until it looks like a lemon. We're going to come back to that straw, but I painted over my original line of the straw. So I'm going to use a paintbrush and just kind of trace it at the exact angle that I want the straw to be sticking out of the mason jar, just to give myself a guide. And then we're going to come through and fill in that straw with the Liquitex gesso so that we've got a nice base coat there to make sure we're covering up over the various colors of paint that straw is going through. And we want to make sure that the gesso is completely dry, so we're going to switch back to our lemon slices. And this is a Thule Art brush pen. that's kind of a yellowish orange. It's got a little bit more of an orange tint to it, but it's still yellow. So I thought this would be perfect to have the outside of the lemon slice. So we still want to maintain that white rind. So I'll come back and add some white to the center of the circle part so that you can still see that. But this was the perfect color to have a little bit of contrast against the lemonade in the mason jar, but still have it kind of fit within the overall color scheme. Like I couldn't have asked for a better color to be in that box. So I guess when you get a collection of supplies like I've got, you can kind of dip into lots of different things, which is what I ended up doing on both of these rocks. So now we're coming back to the straw, and I'm going to fill it in with a cream color instead of white. I wanted to keep it kind of not super stark white. So I'm using that cream color that I used to originally lighten up the yellow paint, and that's going to be the base color of my straw. And again, we want to make sure that this dries completely before we start working on it again. So we're going to bounce back to our lemon, and I'm pulling out my watercolor pencils, a forest green watercolor pencil, to add some detail to the leaves. So we're really mixed media on these designs today, but I just thought that would be an easy way to add a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to pencil on an outline and then just some of those kind of, I guess they're veins in the leaf down the middle and to the sides to give it some detail. And then I'll come back with a fine paintbrush that's just been dipped in water, and you just kind of have to get a feel for how much water you want on the paintbrush. But when you put that onto the watercolor pencil, it kind of loosens it up and makes it like watercolor. So it's just kind of a neat way to add dimension. I haven't played with my watercolor pencils in a really long time, so this was kind of fun to pull them out and use it to make the leaf look kind of fun and have it just isn't a flat color. Now we're going to come back and work on that straw with a disposable eyeliner brush and that bright pink that we did the flowers with. And we're just going to create kind of curved upward lines, stripes basically, on the straw to mimic those striped straws. And I guess this is probably like a paper straw. I don't think I've ever seen one of these plastic, or at least not recently. We have lots of paper straws. So just those cute striped straws. And I thought using the pink was a nice way to tie the two rocks together. I told you we're not going to waste that light paint, so we're going to take a dotting tool and add some kind of dots to the lemon for some dimension, and it's just perfect because it's just barely enough contrast to create those dots, which are a good way. It's kind of a typical thing you see in lemon clip art. So just adding some lighter yellow dots here, and then we'll set this guy aside and let it dry. And we're going to add some sparkle to our lemon slices. So I'm going to take some of my Extreme Hologram glitter paint and just fill in the center of the lemon slices. So if you think about the center of a lemon, it's kind of shiny, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Plus you guys know me, I like the glitter paint. So we're adding a little bit of sparkle to this lemon slice in the lemonade, and then we're also going to go to the lemon and we're going to add some sparkle to the flowers by swirling some of the glitter paint in there, and then I'm going to take a dotting tool and add the glitter paint on top of those light yellow dots that we just added. Now I need to add some dimension to the outside of the mason jar, so I'm taking a little bit of that blue paint and I'm going to add a little bit of gray to it just so that there's a slight difference in the color, and I'm going to go around the entire outline of the jar and then those threads at the top of the jar, and I'm going to go over the straw. So I'm going to go over it because the straw is inside of the jar, so the threads would be showing on the outside. final accent to this lemonade jar by adding some white lines to show the shine of the glass. So I'm using a Posca PC1 MR white paint pen first just to line it out, and then I'm going to come back in with bright white paint and a disposable eyeliner brush to really make sure it's filled in and nice and bright and shows really cute on the lemonade jar. Is anyone else thirsty right now? Because I could really go for a nice ice cold frosty lemonade right now. It sounds so good. The weather has been hot. It's almost June. Summer is officially here. School's almost out. I think it's summertime and we can just dig into all the fun summer designs. So take a look at how these looked once resined. Nice and sparkly and shiny. So much fun. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it gave you some fun ideas to kick off your summer kindness rocks. Thanks so much for stopping by to watch, and I'll see you next time. Take care.